Hi, I'm Debra Hesse with the Colorado Cancer Coalition Skin Cancer Task Force. Today I have the UV camera, the ultraviolet camera that has the ability to look below the surface, below the epidermis to the dermis. And so it reveals every sunburn you've ever had since you were born. And these damage is not visible to the naked eye, but with the UV camera, we're able to show you the accumulation of sun damage. And so one of these pictures that I have is a lady who has sunscreen on half of her face, and you can see how complete that protection is. The camera cannot penetrate the sunscreen to record her skin. This half of her face does not have sunscreen on it, and so what the UV camera is exposing is these brown spots. All of these brown spots are sun damage. They're not freckles, they're not liver spots, it's all sun damage. So after 2 hours, you have zero protection. And when we do the UV camera, we want people to have no sunscreen on their face, but frequently I'll tell people when they're having the camera, do you have any sunscreen on? And women will always say, I have sunscreen in my moisturizer. And then they're kind of like, oh, so does that mean I can't have my picture taken? And then I ask them, when did you put your moisturizer on? Oh, that was at 7 o'clock this morning. Okay, well, you haven't had any sunscreen on your face since 9 a.m. And then they're kind of relieved, oh, I get to get my picture. And then they, oh, I haven't had any sunscreen on since 9, because you think you put it on in the morning and you've got protection all day. You don't. And so with this picture, we're showing a lady who does have titanium dioxide on her face. And again, because of that sunscreen, the camera is not able to go below the surface. This gentleman, to the naked eye, we would think has a few freckles, but indeed his entire face is practically sun damaged. He only has a couple of white spots, and after he had his UV image, he did go to the dermatologist, and this is a melanoma. So he had to have the melanoma cut off of the bridge of his nose, and his lower lip is squamous cell carcinoma. And you can see that doesn't look right either, that there's damage there on his lower lip. So he had to go to the dermatologist, and they told him that he needed to have some surgeries done to protect him. The UV camera does not diagnose cancer ever. We are simply revealing the damage to the dermis that is below the epidermis. And so this lady doesn't have as much sun damage, but I like to show her because it's obvious with her that she does not have a lot of melanin in her skin. She has light-colored hair, she has light-colored eyes, and again, to the naked eye, I think she's got a few freckles, but she has quite a bit of sun damage as well. And these are places where we often see sun damage, is in the forehead, across the cheeks and the nose, and the lower lip. Those are things that kind of stick out when we're out in the sun. Also, when you're thinking about wearing a baseball cap, your ears are exposed and your neck is exposed. When I did UV cameras with baseball players, they also had a lot of damage along their jawline and their ears because their baseball cap only covered about to the nose. So those are things to think about when you're trying to protect your skin. This is actually my face. This is my Halloween face of how much damage I have on my dermis. So we have a gentleman here who's ready to have his UV picture taken. So sir, I'm going to ask you to place your chin on this rest and then relax your face and close your eyes, please. You're going to see 2 flashes. 1, 2. And we're done. Sit up. And we'll wait for this to load into the camera. Takes just a second. Do you have any questions?
Not at this moment.
Are you expecting to see a lot of damage?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Because you've been in the sun a lot?
I grew up on the coast, so surfing, outdoor sports, and then I was in the military, so I'm sure I have lots of damage.
All right, well, let's see. And I'm a firm believer in knowledge is power. And so what you're going to see here is all of the damage that you've accumulated. And so now you're going to know maybe where you are more vulnerable and where you need to make extra efforts to protect your skin. So we're going to come over here to the brown spots, and let's see. That's kind of a lot for a young person like yourself. And I would say that you really haven't worn a hat very often, or maybe had your hair covered, because when I look at the amount of brown that's there versus the brown that's there, there's not really that much of a difference in the overall shading of the brown. And you do have damage, like I said, across the bridge and across the nose. Every blistering sunburn you've had also causes. So this is every sun exposure you've had since you were born. So actually that's not bad if you've been a surfer and out on the ocean and outdoors a lot. That's really not bad. What do you think? Is that more than you thought you'd see?
Didn't really know what to expect. This is my first time seeing that. It is a little disconcerting, I guess.
Because it's your face.
Yeah, it's my face.
It's not my face.
When you're looking in the mirror, but I guess, like you said, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. And it looks like to the tops of your ears, which is something I don't often get in the picture, but you also have damage on the tops of your ears there. So you wear a baseball cap?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and so that also, kind of pushes your ears down a little bit to be flags and kind of stick out. So that's our UV camera and the knowledge is power moment we have when we're able to show people their face, their accumulation of sun damage, and also have the education and the knowledge to know how to keep it from getting any worse. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.